Welcome back. I'm Wavepunk, and this is day 121 of producing for a year, and we knocked out some of the chores, kind of like little doodads we outlined in yesterday's episode with some volume adjustments, one of which I don't think I've quite gotten to the right spot, and I'll finish it tomorrow. We'll walk through it. I said yesterday that the beginning of Boss Fight, the track Boss Fight, and the beginning of Epilogue contextually were too loud as you were playing the album through. So you can see here, this is the mix 518. This is the mix I made today, and then this is the mix 416. This was the mix I was talking about previously. If I mute this and bring this up, you can kind of listen to the way that these tracks meld together, and you'll hear what I'm talking about being like a little loud. That lead just kind of bops you in the face a little bit, especially with how kind of quiet this brought things down. And then the pad's good. The pad that comes in is at a nice level, but then that over the top of it's just too much. So I tried two things. One, I wanted it to kind of sound a little bit like it was far away, and then it kind of gets closer to you. And the way I did that was by pulling the volume down, having the volume kind of fade in over time, and then also having the high shelf on the EQ that's kind of given that sound like a nice little bright edge, having that start low and then kind of come up with the volume, so it sounds a little bit more muffled at the beginning and then comes through. It's not great, and it definitely doesn't have exactly the effect I wanted. And after listening to it here, I'll show you the new mix. I don't know if I like that change at all. So which means going back and re-rendering this, rebalancing this, which this is the only reason I'm not changing this, is it's kind of late at night and I'm just tired and I don't want to do it right now, so I'm gonna do it in the morning. But you have to close this project, open the Boss Fight master track, make the adjustments, bounce it, pull back up this track, pull it in here. It's, you know, just to make a small, just like move some automation data takes like 7 minutes, so I'm not gonna play it back in, but yeah, for context, again, this is what it sounded like previously. Kind of loud. And now we've got this. It's kind of farther away. And then it slowly gets louder as it comes in here. It took a lot for me to resist really kind of reworking the beginning of this too. I think the beginning, one of the weak spots on this EP is the beginning of this track. It's supposed to be kind of one of the most big epic tracks, and I think the beginning of this is just kind of dull. There's not a lot going on, so that's I don't know. Part of me really wants to go in and like add things and like change things, but I'm really trying to just like let the project be done, learn the lessons from it, and move on. The other place where we did this was the end of Boss Fight going into the epilogue. Beginning of epilogue was also a bit loud, so here's the comparison. This is yesterday's mix. I felt like some of that lead was a little bit loud, and also the pad at the beginning, I think, is just kind of much louder than where our ear leaves off at the end of boss fight. So I did two things on this one. I had the pad fade in a little bit at the beginning, and then also generally lowered the volume of this first effect. So kind of like A-B them here. It's just a little bit louder there on that pad, and then a little bit more subdued here. It's a little just a decibel change. So small little change that I think will make a difference, but I do kind of have to like re-render it, the EP, and go listen to it again to know if I really feel like that was the right amount of change, because it's partially about where is my ear sitting after listening to all these tracks. Does it feel good? So we'll do that again tomorrow, and then I will make the changes to this boss fight mix before I go and listen to the whole thing again. I also really want to go back and do some adjustments to character select, but I didn't get to that today. So that'll be things for tomorrow. Simple little episode here as we're getting closer and closer to done. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.